All right, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Weekend Yoga. I am back after a bit of a hiatus and re-inspired. I was teaching yoga all week in person, which was amazing and re-inspiring about yoga and the impact it can make. But it also made me realize the value of these classes and really appreciating what Zoom has given us. And so I want to take a moment to acknowledge gratitude for doing yoga on Zoom. What I discovered at the retreat is there are a number of people who'd never done yoga before who now have a yoga practice and would even show up to a yoga retreat because of doing yoga on Zoom. And knowing that it's reaching people, whether live here or on YouTube later, and changing lives in that way. So I am inspired about that, and also filled with love for yoga in person as well. The other thing I learned is many of you may be new to yoga, and so do what you can and skip what you can't. And if you have issues or struggles and you're in the Mindful Healthcare Collective Facebook group, you can post your questions there. There have been a few people who have, and I'm happy to answer them there because there may be other people who are trying to figure out certain positions or modifications, and it's not as good as in person, but absolutely ask questions if you have them, or you can message me, because there's always modifications or adaptations or alternative positions. And on Zoom, it is much more difficult for me to see. I don't see whether you're adapting, so I can't adjust my cues as easily as I can in person. So message me if you have those questions. And then just a reminder about the podcast, which I like to share. Last week was on mindful entrepreneurship, but even if you're not an entrepreneur, it's about mindful personal growth and expansion. And so I really encourage you to listen to it. We're trying to get very much out of the pushing yourself to grow and pushing yourself to do hard things, and coming from a place of love and authenticity and compassion for self. And so I think it's very valuable, even if you're not an entrepreneur. And the podcast tomorrow ties into the theme of yoga class today, and it's mindful of delight. And so today's class is actually going to be about nourishment and delight. So with that, let's find a comfortable space on our mat and get moving, especially for those of you who are in a chilly spot. And my yoga room this morning is actually quite chilly because I opened the window and left it open, which was not a good idea in San Francisco in the fog. So we will move a bit more to warm all of us up. So as you arrive on your seat, ground your sit bones into the earth and connect deeply to the ground beneath you. Notice its stability and its groundedness and the energy, and draw it up through your sit bones. Tilt your pelvis forward. Grow your spine long and tall. Stack each vertebrae atop one another all the way through the neck. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky and drop your shoulders. Take in a deep inhale through your nose and an exhale. Another deep inhale through your nose and an exhale. And bring a hand to your heart. I like to do left hand and right hand atop, but if you have a shoulder issue and one feels better than the other, either way is fine. Press into that heart space gently. Take a moment to say good morning to yourself and connect to your body and your mind and your presence as a human here on this earth. Send yourself good wishes and kindness. Take in a deep breath through your nose and a big out breath through your mouth. Breathe in nourishment into every nook and cranny of your body. And let all the old stale tension go. Close your eyes if you're comfortable here. And notice if you are comfortable. If you need to adjust, move your hips. And as you do, ground your sit bones into the earth once again. Tilt your pelvis and grow the spine long and tall. One more deep, nourishing inhale. and an exhale. And you may wonder why the focus on nourishment when I said we would talk about delight. But the ability to discover delight, enjoy delight, and create delight comes from a place of inner fullness and being nourished rather than depleted. So starting with nourishing breaths or other things that may nourish you, nature, quiet, sleep, that can enable the experience of delight to be much more full. One more deep inhale through your nose. And an exhale. I want you to read a short piece on delight and fun. Life can be fun. How careful and guarded we are with fun, with playing, with sheer enjoyment. Whether we're working, traveling, or wandering around town on a Saturday afternoon. We often act as if there's a limited amount of fun and delight, a scarce supply. We can't take too much or it will all be gone. That's how I was for a long time. One Saturday afternoon, my son asked if he could spend the night at a friend's house to play and have a sleepover. Why, I asked. To have fun, he said. You just did something fun last night, I reminded him. He thought for a moment. Who says you can't have fun 2 days in a row? That is not my son, but it is brilliant. So I offer the invitation to have some fun with life, with love, and with work. And then go out and have some more. So this class is dedicated to having a little bit of fun, looking for fun, and allowing yourself the chance to enjoy it and let it in. Many folks in these classes work in healthcare, and we spend so much time being serious. So can we bring fun into our lives? I would offer both at home and at work. Bringing some delight and fun to our work can actually be helpful to everyone, not irreverent to the situation, but noticing that there's magic in everything we do, even if it's just in the connection. And delight, this word delight is light, it's lighthearted. It means great pleasure, joy, and rapture. There's no judgment in it. It's noticing, being aware, and appreciating. So delight in and of itself is mindful. So as you move through this practice and the rest of your Memorial Day weekend, can you look for delight? Perhaps just feeling light, letting go of heaviness, letting go of tension, making room for a little delight. Nourishing yourself so that you can appreciate and enjoy it. Take in one more big deep inhale through your nose and an exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your fingers together, each finger pad, pinkies touch, connect to the skin, rub it together. Fourth finger, third finger, second finger and thumb. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. Take a moment to think about your intention for the next 50 minutes or so. How could you be willing to discover a little fun, enjoy a little delight, feel a little lighter, look for joy? Take in a deep inhale and an exhale. Lower your hands to your thighs, open your eyes and let the light in. Take a moment to settle, soft, easy gaze. Drive your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch your scapula together. Notice the release and lower them down. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Palms face one another. Clasp your fingers together, flip your palms up towards the sky, and shimmy your elbows back towards your ears if you can. If not, if it doesn't work for your shoulders, just leave them a little farther forward. Inhale, reach your palms up towards the sky, slight arch in the back, and exhale, round forward into a seated cat. Suck your navel all the way back towards your spine, round the back, and allow your head and neck to release. Enjoy all the tingles in the back body. See if you can find even a little delight in those tingles as you wake up and start moving for those of you on the West Coast. Inhale, arch your spine, reach your fingertips, palms up towards the sky. Exhale, round, come into seated cat and enjoy it. Inhale, stretch tall, slight arch, palms reach towards the sky. Exhale, round, and suck your navel all the way towards the back body. Allow the head and neck to release here. Inhale, reach up towards the sky once again. Come back to center, palms reach straight up. Lengthen both side bodies. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, release the clasp. Lower your right hand towards the earth. Press your palm into the earth. Bend your right elbow. Left hip grounds into the earth. Reach the left fingertips all the way towards the right. Breathe into every nook and cranny of the left side body. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, stretch the left fingers even a little farther. Right hip, left hip grounds downward. Exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, if you wish and it works for your neck, look over the left shoulder and exhale. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Press into the right hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall once again towards the sky. Ground your sit bones into the earth. Exhale, left hand grounds into the mat. Bend your left elbow. Right hip grounds downward. Right fingertips reach towards the left. Huge stretch in the right side body. Huge inhale into every nook and cranny. Enjoy all the tingles. And exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale all the good feelings here. On the exhale, turn your head, look over the right shoulder if it works for your neck, and let everything go. Blow it out over the right shoulder. Inhale, press into that left hand. Both arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale, reach tall once again. Exhale, both arms come out towards the side. Press your palms into the side wall. Engage every muscle in your arms. Pinch your scapula together gently. Notice the release that comes with that and relax. Squeeze your fists into a tight fist. Exhale, open your hands, flick your fingers as if you're flicking water. Squeeze tight fists, flick your fingers out. Have fun with it. Starburst hands, squeeze your fists, starburst open. One more, squeeze your fists, release, fling the water. Lower your hands towards the side, roll your shoulders out 3 times. Enjoy it. And roll them towards the front 3 times. And enjoy it. And pause for a moment. Notice how you feel now. Perhaps some tingles in your fingers. Once again, ground your sit bones into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward, grow your spine long and tall, and reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Inhale into that pocket behind the heart. And let go. We'll slowly transition directly to hands and knees today. For those of you that are beginners and you may be gonna keep practicing with me, I recommend you get blocks. They make things a lot easier in terms of supporting yourself and enjoying the stretches. So any blocks will do, but I do recommend you have those to sit on. They're also optional. Come into hands and knees. Your hands will be directly under your shoulders. Knees will be directly under your hips. Flat tabletop back. Notice all 10 fingers. Open your fingers in equal pie shapes between each finger web. Ground both palms into the earth. All 10 knuckles ground downward. Both arms engaged, shoulders in the shoulder socket. Tops of the feet connect to the earth, knees connect to the earth. Your hips are hips width. Take it and inhale, arch into cow pose, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, sit bones reach towards the sky. You'll notice a lovely stretch in the front of the belly, enjoy it. Exhale, round into cat pose here, head and neck release completely. Suck that navel up towards the sky, arch like a cat, stretching in the sun. They experience total delight with this. Inhale for cow pose, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, sit bones reach towards the sky, and enjoy it. Exhale, round into cat pose. Do one more on your own and enjoy it, the whole thing. Take delight in the movement, not too serious. Play with it if you wish. And we'll meet back in tabletop. Take a moment to reorganize your hands. Make sure that your finger pads are pressing into the earth. Palms are flat, knuckles are flat, arms are engaged. Extend your right leg long behind you. Even out your hips so they're flat parallel towards the floor. Back foot ankle is flexed. Inhale, raise your right leg about 6 inches, little below hip height. Exhale, pause. Inhale, raise your left hand. Fingertips reach long in front, heel reaches long in back. Breathe into your navel for balance. And on the exhale, if you wish, bring your elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, stretch long and enjoy it. Heel presses backward, toes press forward. Exhale, scrunch up, elbow to knee underneath you. Enjoy this. It's a challenge, and also the balance is fun. Reach your fingertips long, heel back. Lower your left hand, right knee, come back to tabletop. Reorganize your hands, all equal pie shapes between the fingers, 10 knuckles pressed downward, both palms pressed downward. This protects your wrists. Lengthen your left foot behind you, left leg behind you, flex your ankle, toes on the earth. Inhale, raise your foot and leg up a little below hip height. Make sure your hips have not gone wonky, and smile if they have. Exhale your right arm long in front of you. Reach your fingertips long, right heel long behind you. Inhale into your navel. Exhale, hold for a moment. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl underneath you. Inhale, stretch long, enjoy the wobbles. Notice. Exhale, scrunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Focus on your navel for balance and the heel. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Lower your right hand and your left knee. And even yourself out. I'm a little short on coffee, and therefore my right and left often get confused. Stretch your right leg long behind you once again. Drop your right heel towards the earth. Reach your right arm up towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Exhale your right arm over your right ear. Stretch the whole right side body. Outer edge of the right foot grounds into the earth. Stretch long all the way through the right fingertips. If you wish, for more fun and play, you can kickstand the left foot a little bit behind you, ground the top of the left foot into the earth, and raise your right foot up to hip height, just for fun. Press the heel towards the back wall, a little balanced pose. Balance gate pose, or you can leave your foot on the earth, whatever works for you. Stretch long, inhale. And exhale, lower the right foot down, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take your right hand, wrap it into the left hip crease. Roll the right shoulder back, stretch the front of the shoulders, and just enjoy it. Reach your right hand up towards the sky once again. Lower the right hand to the earth, right knee comes to the earth. Tabletop once again. Even everything out. Extend your left leg long behind you. Drop your left heel towards the earth. Open your left hand, reach towards the sky, come to gate pose on this side and enjoy it. Exhale the left arm over the left ear. Stretch the entire left body from the outer edge of the left foot all the way through the left fingertips. Right palms grounding into the earth. Notice if your wrist is wonky and adjust. If you wish, you can kickstand that right foot a little bit behind you for more stability. Raise the left leg up to hip height, come into a balanced pose. Extend from the heel through the whole left side body through the left fingertips and enjoy it. And if you tip, laugh. Lower your left foot. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. Left hand comes into the right hip crease. Roll the left shoulder back, open the left front of the left shoulder. Heart rolls up towards the sky. You can look upward if it works for your neck or just straight ahead as you work. Reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Lower them back towards the earth. Come back to hands and knees. Even things out. Inhale the right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through the left hand and the left knee. Come into thread the needle to open the back of the right shoulder. Your right ear will come towards the earth and your tail sit bones will sit slightly back towards your heels. The back of the right arm and right forearm are on the earth. Palm can face up or down of the right hand. Left hand, you can touch your fingertips or walk it long in front of you to increase the stretch. Breathe into the back of the right shoulder and enjoy it. And exhale, let it go, all the tightness. One more breath here. And exhale, let it go. Walk your right hand back underneath the shoulder. Press into it. Untangle, reach the right arm up towards the sky and lower it towards the floor. Even yourself out once again. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle through the right hand, right knee, bend the right elbow, lower the left ear towards the earth, back of the left shoulder. Palm can face up or down underneath you, whatever works for your shoulder. Right hand can be tented up on the fingertips or stretch the arm long in front of you. Enjoy it, breathe into it, have fun with it. I like to cross my feet over each other here because it feels good. See how that feels to you, behind you. Just a little, it's like a little hug for the feet. Breathe into the back of the left shoulder and let it go. Walk the right hand back towards you. Hand underneath the elbow. Press into the hand, straighten the right arm, untangle the left, reach towards the sky, and lower down. Walk your hands forward a handprint, curl your toes, and lift up into downward dog. Walk the dog out, bend one knee and then the other is what that means, and enjoy it. Reach your sit bones up towards the sky as high as you can. Press into your hands, straighten your arms, press the sit bones up and back. Lift up onto your tiptoes as high as you can and slowly lower your heels. If downward dog hurts your shoulders, the blocks that I mentioned, you put your hands up on blocks that take some of the weight out of your shoulder. So keep that in mind as a solution. Bend your left knee, press your right heel into the earth, stretch the whole back of the right leg. Bend your right knee, stretch the back of the left leg, press the left heel towards the earth. Lift up onto your tiptoes as high as you can, both, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Take delight in the stretch in the back of the hamstrings, the whole back of the leg. Press into your hands. Press backwards. This also takes pressure off the shoulder. Sit bones reach high, high, high up to the sky. Your legs can be slightly bent, but stick your tush way up towards the sky. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Widen your stance if you need to for balance, and if your legs are tight, bend your knees so they're not completely straight. Notice what works for your body. Take your hands, grasp your elbows, and allow yourself to sway here. Head and neck releases towards the floor. Knees are slightly bent. Sit bones stick out behind you. Shift your weight into your toes, into your heels, towards the left and towards the right. Come back to center. Find your center, your balance, your strength. Draw the energy up through your feet from the earth. Lift up all 10 toes like monkey toes. If you can, spread each toe separate from the other one. Ground the four corners of the feet into the earth and lower your toes down like monkey toes to help you balance. Release your hands. Engage your belly. Focus on your navel and roll up to stand vertebrae by vertebrae, inch by inch, as slowly as you can. Enjoy every movement. Head and neck are the last to rise. When you arrive, shove your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch them together and lower them towards the earth, palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. If this bugs your shoulders, you can turn your hands to face the back, whichever works for you. Palms open towards the front is a more open, receptive position, so that's why we traditionally suggest it. Once again, lift up all 10 toes. Ground both feet into the earth. Lower them down. Draw the energy up from the earth through your legs. Engage your kneecaps, engage your thighs. Tuck your pelvis, stack your spine, stretch long towards the sky. Heart intentionally light. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Draw your attention to the bones right behind your ears. You can even take your hands and lift them up a smidge to stretch the neck. And lower your hands back. Drop your shoulders. Tadasana or mountain pose, a pose of strength. Breathe in deeply into that pocket behind your heart. Allow it to expand to make room for the heart to expand, to fill completely in diastole. A full diastole is useful for delight. Exhale, let it go. If your eyes are closed, open them. Bring your palms to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. We're going to lift up onto our tiptoes here and do a balance pose, which is tricky and wobbly, but fun. So up on your tiptoes as high as you can. You may find that you want to widen your stance a little bit for balance. Notice what works for you. Palms together, finger pads touch. Press your thumbs into your sternum to help you balance. Slowly bend your knees and lower yourself inch by inch, smidge by smidge towards the earth. Sit bones head towards the back, knees bent, coming down inch by inch on your tiptoes. You'll notice that you start to wobble as you get lower, and shake and enjoy it. Come as far downward as you can. Pause here. Press your hands together. Reconnect with that intention to find some joy, delight, or fun at the bottom. Press your hands together. Use the breath. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, slowly start to press back up, inch by inch. Move as slowly as you can. Notice all the wiggles and the wobbles and the heat in your thighs. Come all the way to the top. Lift high up on your tiptoes and slowly lower down towards the earth. Release your hands. Tadasana once again. Close your eyes and notice how you feel now. Perhaps lift up all 10 toes and wiggle them. Wiggle your fingers. Relax everything. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Palms come together. Slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine straight. Sit bones stick back towards the back wall. Spine is straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Hands can be on the shins. You'll notice a stretch in the back of the legs here. Exhale, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Inhale for a half lift once again. Exhale, forward fold, release. Engage your belly and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Arms come out and up towards the sky, palms together, slight arch back. Bring your hands to heart center and pause. That's a half sun A so for those of you who have trouble with the downward dog or lowering to the floor, you can do that anytime. Inhale once again. Exhale, lower your hands out towards your sides, out and up. Take your right thumb and middle finger, grab your left wrist, ground your feet into the earth, reach your wrists towards the sky, stretch long and tall. Ground the left foot into the earth, the left hip grounds downward, tug the left wrist towards the right, stretch the whole left side body, breathe into it. And exhale. Once again, tug gently towards the right, whole left side body stretches here. And exhale, let it go. Switch the clasp of your wrists. Left thumb and middle finger grasp the right wrist. Tip towards the left, ground the right foot into the earth, tug the right wrist towards the left. Inhale into every nook and cranny of the right side body. And exhale, let it go. It's a strong pose. Engage your core. One more breath here. And exhale, let it go. Come back to center. Open your arms out towards the side. Press your palms into the side wall. Wrap your arms around you. Give yourself a nice big hug. Right arm under the left. Wiggle your fingers to try to touch your scapula. Squeeze tight. See if you can feel the medial edge of the scapula. As tight as you can. Deep inhale. And exhale, lower your chin to your chest and allow your head to fall into the cradle of your arms. Give yourself a hug here and notice how it feels. Breathe in and let it go. Raise your chin to neutral, untangle your arms, extend them towards the side wall, engage every muscle, press into that side wall. Rewrap your arms in the opposite direction, left under the right. Wiggle those fingers to the medial edge of the scapula. It's a challenge. If you have a bigger bust, lift your elbows up, it will help. Give yourself a big hug. Breathe in. Exhale, lower your chin to chest, allow your head and neck to fall. Deep inhale here, breathing in a hug for you. And exhale, let it go. Raise your head to neutral, untangle your arms, reach them out towards the side, lower them to your thighs, roll your shoulders out 3 times. Back 3 times, and forward 3 times. Inhale the arms out and up towards the sky. Palms together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward with purpose towards the front, belly's engaged. Exhale, lower down. Walk your hands forward, come back into downward dog. Hips reach up towards the back wall. Take a moment, focus your gaze on a spot a foot or 2 in front of your feet. Find your center, organize your feet. Raise your left leg, come into 3-legged dog. Hips are square towards the floor. Heel presses towards the back wall. Gently bend the right knee and bring your foot between your hands. Move slowly. You can wiggle your toes forward if you need to. Come up into a high lunge. High lunge is back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Make sure your front knee does not extend beyond your ankle. You can wiggle your toes as far forward as you need. Engage the belly and walk up that right leg till your torso comes upright. Inhale, both arms reach towards the sky. Make sure your lower back is not pinching. You can widen your feet if you need to. Both toes are facing towards the front of the mat in this position. Inhale, reach your fingertips long towards the sky. Engage the belly. And exhale, sink into it a little bit. You should notice a beautiful stretch in the front of the left hip. If you're wobbling, enjoy that. Appreciate it. And perhaps widen your stance to give you a little better balance. Tack the right hip back and the left hip forward gently. Notice what that does to the stretch. Inhale, reach your fingers tall and long once again. Exhale, right hand comes to the right hip crease. Reach the left fingers towards the right. Notice a slight increase in the stretch in the front of the left thigh and breathe into it. Enjoy the wobbles here. They're supposed to be fun. And exhale, let it go. Reach the right arm back up towards the sky. Bring your hands to heart center once again. Press your thumbs into your chest. Hinge at the waist. Fold forward halfway. Hands are hands to heart. If you wish, you can hook your left elbow to the right thigh. It's a trickier position, a high lunge twist. Your elbows will reach in opposite directions. You just rest the left elbow on the thigh. Palms face together, right elbow reaches towards the sky. Back knee is straight. Back heel is off the ground. Breathe into the twist. If this doesn't work for you, you can also take your left hand towards the earth and reach the right hand upward. It's a slightly easier version, or just stay centered. Unhook your elbow, come back to center, hands to heart. Notice your back, the weight in your back foot. We're going to press off the back foot, shift the weight forward about a foot or two. Engage your right thigh. Raise the left knee up in front of you into a balanced pose. The left thigh is parallel to the floor, foot is flexed. Come into a balance and just pause here. You'll notice lots of funny shaking and just enjoy the wobbles and the wiggles. Lower that back foot towards the earth. Come back to a high lunge. Notice how it feels. It's a more narrow lunge. Once again, press off the back foot. Shift your weight into the front foot. Raise the left knee up to hip height. Thigh parallel to the floor, ankle flexed. Hands pressed together to help with balance. Exhale, lower your foot back into the high lunge. And embrace the wiggles and the wobbles. Reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lower them towards the floor, either side of your foot. Bring the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Raise all 10 toes off the floor. Make sure you're not using them to grip or cramping your toes. Lower them down. Draw the earth's energy up through your feet, through your legs, into your belly. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head will be the last to rise. Pay attention once again to your stance in Tadasana. Lift up all 10 toes, lower them down. Engage your kneecaps, engage your thighs, tilt your pelvis, stack your spine. Heart intentionally light in the heart space. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them towards the back of the mat. Pinch them together. Lower them down towards the earth. Palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. Close your eyes and enjoy it for a moment. There will likely be lots of tingles and feelings. Allow the blood flow to settle and even out. Take a deep inhale. Fill everything up with good, nourishing oxygen. And exhale long, even, and slow. Breathe in once again. Long, even, and slow. Pause for a moment and just enjoy. Open your eyes. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Once again, palms come together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. We'll step back directly to downward dog here today. Organize your hands, all 5 fingers spread out wide, all 10 knuckles pressed towards the earth, palms pressed down, arms engaged, hips up and back to protect the shoulders. This is a spine stretch more than a quad stretch. Knees can be bent if need be. Sit bones reach towards the sky. Ground into your hands, into the right foot. Raise your left leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, gently bring it between your hands. Coming into the high lunge, you have to wiggle here to get into the right position and get your left toes wiggled as far forward. You may want to move the right foot a little wider, creating more of a lane between your legs. Engage your left thigh and roll up into a high lunge to help you balance. When you're ready, raise your arms towards the sky. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles as you arrive. Use your toes in the front to help you balance. Readjust the ball of your foot. Ground the ball of your foot into the earth in the front. Inhale, reach your fingertips long towards the sky. Exhale, sink into the hips a little. Inhale, reach tall towards the sky. Exhale, sink into the hips. Tack the left hip back, wrap the right thigh around, and right hip comes just a smidge forward. It's more in the mind's eye than moving anything, but you'll notice different muscles engage. Inhale, reach your hands, fingers long. Exhale, left hand comes to left hip. Right fingertips reach gently towards the left. It's a micro movement also. Breathe into the front of the right hip. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. And exhale. Left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Palms together at heart center. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles, and perhaps shaking. Hinge at the waist. Fold your upper body forward about halfway. You can pause here if that's enough. If you wish, hook the right elbow on the left knee. Your weight is not resting too heavily, it's just for stability. Palms press together, elbows press in either direction. Back leg is straight. You can press the back heel a little bit towards the earth. It helps you balance here and is a nice calf stretch. That feels good. Deep inhale into the pockets of the chest that are open here that weren't before. Come back to center. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles. Palms press together, thumbs press in towards the sternum. Hop that back foot forward, a footprint or two, still up on your toe. Shift your weight into the front foot, press off the back foot, raise your right knee to hip height, thigh parallel to the earth and balance. Breathe in. Focus your gaze on a spot on the floor in front of you. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, replace your foot behind you into a shorter high lunge. Once again, lift up onto the tiptoe, shift your weight into the front, into the left foot. Raise your right knee to hip height, thighs parallel. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in. Bring the back leg back towards the earth. Reach both arms towards the sky. Fold forward, forward fold. Over that front leg, bring the back leg to meet the front foot. Lift up all 10 toes here to release any cramping in the foot and the toes. Lower them down. Grab your elbows. Sit bones reach towards the sky. Release the head and neck completely. Notice any tension, rock side to side. Play with it. Shift your weight forward a little into your toes, back into your heels. Release your hands, engage your belly, and slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Move ever so slowly so you don't get dizzy. It's not a flow, it's a really slow, intentional movement, stacking the vertebrae of the spine. Head and neck are the last to rise. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, pinch them all the way up. Draw them all the way towards the back. Pinch the scapula together. Lower your shoulders. Release your hands. Open them towards the front of the mat. Tadasana. Take in a deep inhale. And an exhale. One more deep inhale. And an exhale. And let's come down to a seat. And sit on your sit bones, stretch your legs out long in front of you. In this position, rock side to side on the sit bones. You're going to move the flesh of the seat out of the way so the bony prominence reaches towards the earth. You can feel yourself grounded underneath. Knees can be bent gently if you have tight hamstrings. Toes flexed towards your nose, ankles flexed. Your toes should be straight towards your knees, not wonky out to the side. Engage your belly. Inhale your arms out towards the sky. Palms face one another. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold to release the back body. As you fold forward, you can straighten your knees if that works for you. Notice any sensations and enjoy it. Don't overstretch. Allow your head and neck to release. If you have really tight hamstrings, sitting on a blanket or a block or a bolster here can help a lot as well. Breathe into it. And exhale. One more deep breath here in this forward fold. And exhale. Slowly walk up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Relax your legs. Take your hands, tent them behind you. Press your fingertips into the earth, shoulders back and down. Flex your toes once again, press your knees towards the earth. Even allow your heels to pick up off the ground. Dandasana or staff pose. Every muscle is engaged. You'll feel a little tingling, maybe a little shaking after the work, and just enjoy it. Breathe into it. Close your eyes if you wish. Breathe into the spot behind your heart here. A strong seated pose. And exhale, let it go. Let your legs go, let your arms go. Release everything. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your ankles. Have fun with that. You can even wave with your 4 feet. Engage your belly. Straighten your arms in front of you, parallel to your legs. Flex your toes towards your nose. Once again, knees can be bent. Ground the sit bones into the earth. Roll down inch by inch. Come to lie on the mat. Inch by inch, slow movement. Use your core. Reach your arms towards the sky to start. Allow them to fall over your head, reaching long towards the floor above you. Inhale, stretch your fingers long, toes long in either direction. Fill up every nook and cranny with nourishing air. And a full, delightful exhale. Another deep inhale, stretch long in either direction. And exhale, let it go. Take your right thumb and middle finger, grab your left wrist. Tuck your left wrist towards the right. Walk your right foot towards the right front corner of the mat. Bring the left foot along with it. Left foot can rest atop the right ankle if you wish, coming into a banana or half moon pose. Inhale into every nook and cranny of the left side body and enjoy it. You're likely to notice an armpit stretch, a waist stretch. Breathe into the banana and exhale, enjoy it. One more breath on this side. Tug gently, don't overdo it, but enjoy the tingles and the stretch. Exhale, let it go. Release your foot cross, walk your feet back to center. Release the wrists, walk your hands back to center. Switch the clasp of your hands, tug the right wrist towards the left, walk your feet towards the left, stack the right foot atop the left ankle, and tug gently towards the left. Notice the stretch in the whole line of the right side body. Breathe into it and enjoy. And exhale, let it go. One more inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Walk everything uncross, bring it back to center. Release the clasp of the wrists. Bring your hands slowly back down towards your sides. Walk your feet in towards your buttocks. Heels will come as close to your glutes as they can. You may want to adjust your hips or your neck if you're not centered on your mat. Palms face towards the earth, forearms face towards the earth. We're going to come up into a bridge. Press into your feet, press into your hands, press into your forearms. Reach your sit bones up towards the sky to undo any tension in the back body. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you to open your heart. Your hands can grasp the outside of your mat. Tug your mat towards your heels to open the chest even further. Hips reach upward. Knees energetically connected, not flopping to the side. Toes face the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your hips up towards the sky. High as you can, engage every muscle in the buttocks. Back releasing. Exhale, untuck your shoulders. Slowly roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Enjoy all of it. And you arrive, relax everything and let it go. Untuck your shoulders. Take in a huge inhale into the chest for a moment as everything relaxes. And exhale, let it go. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Wrap your arms around your shins and rock side to side on your sacrum. Enjoy it. Massage it. Releasing. Take your hands, grab the outer edges of your feet or your ankles, come into happy baby. If you can't reach your feet, bring your hands to your thighs just above your knees and you can tug your knees in towards you, opening up the groin area. Feet are flexed, heels pressed towards the sky. If your hands are on your feet, pull your knees gently towards the floor and rock on your sacrum. Enjoy it as if you're a 4-month-old who's just discovered their feet. Notice the delight and the wonder. If you wish, you can straighten one leg and then the other. Some of you might be flexing and be able to do both. I cannot. And don't worry, whatever works for you. Bring the soles of your feet together. Press your heels in towards your groin. Enjoy it. Slight inner thigh stretch. Slowly release your hands from your feet. Lower your feet towards the earth. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. Knees will flop out towards the sides. You have tight inner thighs. This is another place where blocks under the knees can be helpful and make it a bit more easeful, or bolsters or pillows. Don't overdo it. If you have no props today and it's too tight, just scoot your feet farther away towards the front of the mat so the stretch is less intense. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to belly. Reconnect with that heart space. Take a moment to listen to your heart. What is it telling you? What did it learn about fun and delight? What is fun? How could you have more fun? Deep inhale through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. Take your hands, grab the outer edges of your thighs, gently bring your knees together, soles of the feet on the earth. Extend your legs long in front of you. Toes will fall towards the outer edge of the mat. Come into Shavasana. Palms open towards the sky if that works for you. Allow yourself to land here. Long inhale and big exhale. Notice everything begin to slow down. Notice the parts of you that are connected to the earth. Enjoy it. Allow the earth to hold you, cradle you, support you. Completely surrender and let go here to the earth. Noticing that in life, when we truly surrender, is when we're most likely to feel delight, when we're in the moment, 100%, not thinking of anything else, not judging, just finding pure joy. Here in Shavasana can be pure joy. See if you can't let go today a little more fully. Relax a little more completely and let everything go. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Enjoy each wiggle. Notice the awareness come back into the body. Notice the tingles. Stretch in a way that feels good. Perhaps arms long above you, toes long in front of you. Inhale deeply. Stretch in either direction. Exhale, let everything go. Gently bring your knees into your chest and roll over to one side and pause. Notice how you feel there. Thank yourself for making the choice to take some time for you today. Some time to nourish and replete, and to get back in touch with this concept of joy, delight, and fun. Knowing that there is no scarcity of it. There's no place that you cannot experience a little bit of delight. Even in intense emotion, if you choose to allow it, there is delight. There can be lightness. And knowing that it's the difference between emotions and allowing ourselves to fully feel the good and the bad, that's what makes the journey of life so much more beautiful. Press into your hands and slowly come up to a comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed easily in front of you if that works for you. If you have a pillow or a blanket or a bolster or a block to sit on, hips gently below the knees. Tilt your pelvis forward, grow your spine long and tall. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. One hand atop the heart, other hand atop. Take in a deep inhale once again. Into that heart space and let it go. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, palms connect, each finger pad touches. Press the thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. Take in a deep inhale through your nose and an exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me today. May you all be well. May you all be safe. May you all be loved. And may you all find, experience, create, and enjoy much delight today and in the week ahead. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.